Wangapo, this is Tasha She, and I'm finally doing my video, as I promised some of you, on my trip to the Library of Congress to see the infamous book called America Being the Latest and Most Accurate Description of the New World by John Oglesby. So grab a pen and a pad, and let's start digging, turtles. So it's been a couple months in the making. So I finally got some help editing the video because some of the videos were turned sideways and all that. So I'm trying to get the best video possible for you guys so you can see that this is a real book. It's not a meme. It's not something we made up. It's an official book that's in the Library of Congress Rare Books. And if you would like to see it yourself, you would have to go there in person. I believe they're open every day of the week. I actually went on a Saturday this time. And you have to go to the special floor. I believe it's on the second floor. And request the book. So you would have to have a reader's card. You have to register so they know who you are. Okay? So this is the book. Right here, we're starting off with the infamous picture of America. Right here at the top, you see a queen. Looks like Serena Williams. I'm sorry, it flipped so fast, but you can see it right there. Talking about Mexico and Peru. This is like a little catalog right here. Okay, the continents. You can see they're describing some of the explorers, Magellan, Nunez on there. It's like a whole list of different countries and things that the explorers carved out of our natural landscape. And the book is beautiful texture. You can tell it's very old, but they tried their best to preserve it. It's kind of falling apart when they brought it out. So I made sure that it was delicate. Here's a map of Jamaica. You see the little angels at the bottom. St. George, St. James. Okay, now we're back to America. It's just one of the books talking about the weather and their journey there. I see John Halifax on there. Mountains of Zion. Just see all these random words. Now, the book itself, reading the text is extraordinary. A lot of info packed in there. You know, as I always say, the old people told me, eat the meat, spit out the bones. Like, some of the stuff may not be 100% accurate, but it's something to research on. Okay, and it speaks about Mexico a lot in this book. And I really believe that the Europeans were really impressed with our civilizations down there. So they talk about that a lot, Mexico and Peru. And it's not a big separation between the two places. Civilization's very similar. It's just Peru is at a higher altitude. So they were just there. They were just talking about some of the animals that we have that they don't have. Okay. This is talking about the Straits of Magellan. And some of the voyages. Asia and America. Some biblical references to King Solomon in here. Somebody coming here in 1460. I just saw that. Portugal, Congo. Let's see, what's this? Oh, and this is talking about when Genghis Khan came here. The civil war that we had with them when they came to the West Coast. which is true, by the way. And that's why the people over there look more Chinese looking or Asian looking on that side. Because they immigrated over there. And that's more about that story there. So if you check the link below, I'll have a link to the book that you can read, the ebook. And I haven't read the whole book yet myself. Some of the information I was already told from elders or from research and things like that. But it's a lot of good information in there, especially talking about Genghis Khan. So you can understand when we talk about these certain phenotypes and the differentiation between some of the people on the East Coast, because some of the people on the West Coast, because some of them did look like us on the West Coast when the Europeans came. But then there's others that look like Chinese or Mongolian people, Siberian people, because they came here during the war. So that's a whole nother subject right there. And here, these are guys, they're like principals right there. They're doing some type of ritual. And you notice that they all have similar headdresses and stuff. And you notice that only certain people have the headdresses. Now, there's a misconception that we all wore headdresses, but it was only special people who were allowed to wear headdresses in certain tribes. Okay. And here they're talking about the American Wars. And that's what I was talking about when the Genghis Khan and his descendants, or whoever I don't know what they officially call themselves, the Khans came in and invaded on the West Coast, all the way down through Mexico. Okay. Now, here are some of the indigenous people who have been, I guess at this point, enslaved or indentured, doing some work here, making bread. I see the word Mandinka. It's a wild Mandinka. Okay. I don't know. Or maybe they are Mandinka, or maybe they're people who are presumed to be Mandinka. I'm not sure. I didn't read that part of the book. And here, this is allegory. When you see stuff like that, those are allegory. I guess talking about some of the myths and legends that we had. Now, some of these pictures are wild. Look at this. It's like a dog woman. And the guy's like caressing her while people are fighting, and bones. And I think that's allegory. I don't know if they saw that. Now, this they might have saw. It looks like volcanoes right here. And I'm not exactly sure where this is. I'm assuming the Caribbean. It's talking about the mountains and the Indian tradition. And you saw what the Indians look like. Mexico again. So it's beautiful pictures of Mexico. How we were living. You see there's castles out there. Right? There's clothed people, and then there's people who are working for the Europeans. So that's kind of, you see the different classes. This is the allegory. One of our gods. It looks like Oki for, Powhatan called him Oki. But he has different names for different tribes and groups. All right, this is just a regular Indian. He has no headdress, so he's just a regular guy. And he's just showing them how to shoot bow and arrow. I guess they're training them. And who is this? Is this Montezuma? Baliba. So one of the people down there in Mexico. You can see he has a headdress, so he's an important person. Most likely a king. And this is the people fighting with the Europeans. And it says Dutch Admiral. the Spanish fleet. I guess a Dutchman that was working for the Spanish. I saw they say they mad drunk. They partying. Look, they partying right here. They're getting a headdress, so he's becoming some type of ally or another chief. They're crowning some type of European guy. Hollanders. They sailed the coast of New Guinea. So they were calling, I guess that's Brazil. They're calling Brazil New Guinea at that time, it seems like. You see it says the Strait of Panama, so they're talking about South America. So when they said Guinea, you know what they're talking about. They're talking about melanated people. That's what they call it. Like you have Papua New Guinea, and then you have Guinea in the coast of Africa. But they called this place New Guinea before that they discovered Papua New Guinea. So they're talking about South America. And that's Virginia and Maryland right there. It's called Netherlands or New Belgium. That's when the Dutch was up in the area. This is up in New York. I think those are New York, New England area. Virginia. Down in Chesapeake, you see that? Ocean Orientis. And this one I showed you guys before in the library. This is Virginia. You see those are two Indians. Angels over here on the side. Chesapeake Bay. More angels over there. Another allegory of one of our gods. I'm assuming it's Ahon, that the Great Spirit. You see, it's talking about Kiukautan, but they spelled it wrong. Chickahominy River, it says Chickahomina. We're Komoko, that was our capital for the Powhatan Confederacy. So those were Powhatans. And this is North Carolina right here. And it looks like they got a little fort here. Those are the European forts. So our towns look different. North Carolina again, a couple guys chilling at the baths. Virginia, you see the sister here, and this guy right here, a warrior. All right, so those are real maps that was in the book. This is another group of people. Looks like the Caribbean here. And this is talking about what they wear, how they comb their hair. The calves, it had strings of pearls. All right. And I can't exactly see what this is. There's another city. Probably in the Caribbean too. But you see at this point they have royalty and then they have some of our people serving them. And this is the king, I believe this is the king of Florida. The king of Florida right here. That's a brother. This is Mexico, Gulf of Mexico. You see Yucatan, Guatemala. We had those names, those are original names we had before they came here. This is Nova Hispania, Nova Gallica, and something else in Latin. These are important people, you see, the headdress once again. They're doing some type of ritual. Mother of Gagoa, so they're doing some type of chocolate ritual. And this is Montezuma. And he has the feathers. Feather boa, feather skirt, feather hat. There's some more important people. More important people doing some type of bloodletting ritual. The priest challenging a slave, it says right here, to fight for his life. Okay. Like I said, some type of blood ritual. Sacrifice. It says Tabasco, I'm sorry. That Tabasco was like a town, like an area down there in Central America. And these are important people right here. Some type of chiefs meeting. Okay. Another allegory. This is down in Mexico. You can see the different dress. They have more cloth covering, headdresses, turbans, more culture, different culture. I wouldn't say they're more sophisticated. Well, maybe more sophisticated. That might be the better word. They got little fire lamps. You see columns. And stuff is made out of stone. And we weren't living in mud huts and stuff. This is Newark. This is one of those, no, it says network. Okay. They're crowning some European. I don't know who it was. I thought it was Newark, but that's not him. It says was it Terra Nova? New land. Mexico again, Americana. You see the afros on the people and the earrings. More indigenous people with afros and headdresses. But at this point, they're kind of transferring the power. You see, when you see the people with the headdresses down there working for the Europeans, look at this right here. That's showing you that's the transfer of power. There's a lot of symbolism in this book. Government of De Santa Marta. This is Terra Firma, Grenada, some islands over there. Looks like the Virgin Islands, right? One of those islands group. I'm not that familiar with the Caribbean, but I see Grenada on there. Peru. You see, once again, the transfer of power. Man in the headdress over here with the llama. These people still in charge, right? With the turbans. And the other guys like, we don't have to listen to you. You see, they're like, whatever. We don't have to listen to you. They don't care who they are, so I don't know what's up with that. We're talking about some fruits and grapes and stuff that was already here. Look at this fresh cut on this guy here at the bottom. He got a little shape up and a part like he in the 80s. So what's going on? All right, it's different kings, right? Indigenous people. That's it. So that was just a quick flip through of the book, so you can see, like, if you were there, the pages felt thick. They felt good. Good quality. You can feel the ink. You can feel the imprint of it. So, like I said, if you want to see it yourself, you have to make that trip to the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. They're open, I believe, 7 days a week, 9 to 5 every day. Different staff on the weekend. The staff on the weekend is very helpful. It's a little more crowded on the weekday. They're helpful too on the weekdays. You'll be able to talk to more skilled, I wouldn't say skilled, people who are, I don't know. I wouldn't know how to describe it. But there's some experts that you will be able to contact during the weekday that will not be there on the weekend. So it's a little different. So I've been there on the weekday and the weekend, so I understand the differences. But yeah, so that was America as described, the infamous book that we've seen before in ebook format. But I saw the actual book that's hundreds of years old. And they had 2 copies. One of the copies, they said, was in such damaged condition that they, I couldn't see, but I got to see the one in the best condition. And that one still was falling apart with the binding and stuff. So if you go there, be careful. You can't bring anything in there. They have lockers. So you got to sign in and you got to fill out this form and all this stuff. So I guess so they can make sure people don't steal. Because the book is worth, how much is it worth? The hundreds of thousands of dollars? $50,000 at least. It's worth a lot of money. So, yeah, $58,000 is what I saw at last. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, please comment below. and subscribe. And click that bell button for the notification bell so you can join the notification clan, y'all. All right. Thank you, turtles.